Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista and today we're going to be flowing through a very short class just to stretch out the body. So this is a great class to do maybe first thing in the morning or after a long day at work and you just want to kind of get all those kinks out of the body. So you won't need any props for class today. So when you're ready, come join me on the mat. We'll get started in a child's pose, so you can take your knees nice and wide, let your big toes come to touch, begin to stretch your arms all the way out in front of you, allow your chest to sink down, let your forehead come down to the mat, and just take a few moments to really land on the mat. Let your whole body sink down, start to find your breath here. So as you inhale, letting the belly expand, moving out to the thighs. And then as you exhale, let everything go, just softening and releasing a little bit more. So whatever you're bringing to the mat today, just see if you can release it. Release all those thoughts, any to-do lists, anything that's emotionally clinging on to you. Maybe some stress, maybe even in your body there's some tightness. See if you can just release all of that. Come back to your breath. Take another deep breath in. Big exhale, let it go. One more big inhale. Big exhale. And then begin to shift forward. Come all the way forward onto your hands and knees, spreading the hands really wide. And then as you inhale, the belly drops. The heart spreads forward, the tailbone lifts. Open through the collarbones. And then as you exhale, round your spine, push the floor away. So really full range of motion. Inhale, belly drops, really scooping the heart through. And exhale, round through the spine. Come back to neutral, start to look over your right shoulder. So let the right shoulder and right hip come a little closer. And then move all the way over to the left side. So just moving the spine in a C formation. Take one more round of that. So over to the right side. And then over to the left. And back to center, walk your hands just one palms width forward. And take big circles with the entire body. So as you inhale, come forward, open your chest up. As you exhale, rounding back, almost like you're coming into a child's pose. And just take one more all the way over, and then just switch the direction. Getting out all those little pops and cracks. Come back to find a neutral spine, spread wide through the fingers, tuck the toes under, lift up into your first downward facing dog and start to move around right away. So pedal your heels, shift the weight through the hips, maybe one knee bends, you can lift the other leg, you can straighten the leg, really whatever feels good. Feel free to roll those ankles around. Really push your chest back toward the thighs. You can shake the head out a little bit, yes and no. And then eventually let your heels find some stillness. The heels can drop down a little bit more. Take a big inhale right here. And a big exhale. Start to look forward. Take a walk all the way up to the front of your mat. And find a flat back. So hands at the shins or the floor, just lengthen. Exhale to fold. Root down, rise up, palms press up overhead. And hands release all the way down to the sides. So from here, keep your feet nice and wide, about inner hips width. Drop the right hand to the right side. Inhale, the left arm lifts. Take an inhale, get a little taller. Exhale, tip open to the right side. So really stretch the side body. Take it back to center. And then switch your arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it over to the left. Rotate the ribs upward. Ground through your feet to come back up. Release both hands down to the low back. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the collarbones. Draw your hips forward as you gently tip the gaze back. So keep lifting up through the collarbones. Come back to neutral. Hands at your hips. Inhale, lift your chest, look up. And exhale, we're folding. So reach down to your feet, soften your knees, grab a hold of your big toes using your index finger and middle finger. Inhale, find your flat back. And then exhale, begin to shift even more forward as you fold into it. So elbows are pulling wide. Crown of the head drops down, shoulders away from the ears. And maybe begin to straighten the legs a little bit. Full, steady breath. Release your grip. Take the fingertips forward just for some support. And then separate the feet nice and wide for Malasana. Sink the hips all the way down. Let your hands come together in front of the heart as you plug your elbows into the inner thighs. Really lift the chest. Roll the heart open. Nice full inhales. Complete exhales. And then take the hands down to the floor. Lift your hips. Walk your feet back about inner hips width. Soften the knees as you fold. Take your hands over the low back. Interlace your fingers or grab opposite hands. Pull your hands away from your body. So big stretch in the shoulders. And you can, of course, sway here side to side. Full inhales, full exhales. Release your hands down. Inhale to that flat back, lengthen. And then exhale, fingertips down. Keep the right foot forward, step the left foot back. Drop the left knee. Untuck the toes. Hips are going to press forward. Just take the hands at the front thigh as you reach your heart up. And then sweep your arms all the way up overhead. You can stay here, or you can interlace all but your index finger and thumb. Reach the fingertips back. Big inhale right here. Keep pressing your hips forward. Maybe look up. And then as you exhale, lower the hands down for some support. Slide your hips back. Just lengthen that right leg. So with the toes pointing up, fold over the shin. You're going to feel this in the hamstrings. If you want to feel it in the front part of your shin, which can feel really good as well, you can point your toes down and fold a little bit deeper. And you can, of course, go back and forth, flexing or pointing. Try to keep your spine nice and long. Steady breath. From here, bend into that right knee again. Take the hands to the inside of your foot. Walk your foot a little bit over to the right edge of the mat. Reach your heart forward, finding our lizard pose. And you can tuck your back toes and lift the back knee if that feels good. You can stay right here with the knee down. To go just a little bit deeper, you can turn the big toe side of that right foot open. Maybe even use the right hand to press the thigh away from you toward the right. You can even go deeper, bend the left knee, and catch that left foot behind you, working that foot a little closer towards you. These are all great options. Find your breath. One more breath right here. Release the grip, hands come back down to the ground, tuck the back toes under, and step back to plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, shift forward, lower all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes, take the fingertips nice and wide off of the mat, roll your chest open and lift the heart. Keep lifting, inhale here, and just drop that right shoulder down. So keep the left one lifted. Big stretch to the front side of the shoulder, lift it back up, drop the left shoulder down. Bring it back up, inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Press into the palms, tuck the toes up into plank pose and downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Big exhale, let it go. And then, of course, a few more, a few more cleansing breaths on your own. And then when you're ready, look forward. You can step or hop up to the front. Find your flat back, lengthen. Exhale, we're folding. Separate the feet a little bit. Take your hands over the low back, interlace your fingers, pull your knuckles away from your body. Big stretch in the shoulders. Getting some traction through the spine. Release your hands down. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Step the right foot back. Drop the right knee, untuck the toes. Hands come at the front thigh as you lift the heart. And of course, you can stay right here, or to go deeper, reach those arms all the way up, Anjaneyasana. You might even interlace the fingers as you continue to push the hips forward. Nice steady inhale right here. And then as you exhale, lower the hands down, slide the hips back. Lengthen that front leg, reach your chin down over to the shin. Flexing your foot to feel this in the hamstrings. Pointing your toes to feel it in the front part of your shin. Find your breath. One more breath right here. And then we're going to begin to bend into that left knee, coming into our lizard pose. Take the left hand to the inside of the foot, walk your left foot open, reach your heart forward. Of course, you can stay here. Maybe the back toes tuck under, and you lift the back knee. You can, of course, shift forward and back. I feel like that is a really nice way just to get a little bit deeper into the posture. And if you want to go even deeper, drop the back knee, turn the left foot open, press the left thigh away, and you can bend that right knee, catch the foot, work that foot a little bit closer towards you. Steady inhales, steady exhales. One more breath wherever you are. Release your grip. Hands come to the mat. Back toes tuck under. Press into your plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lifting up into a little cobra. And exhale, just press back, child's pose. Balasana. From here, we're going to come back and take a seat onto the heels. Take your hands out in front of you, bend your elbows. Right arm comes under the left, cross your hands. Shoulders roll away from your back, or your shoulders roll away from your ears, rather. Lift your elbows up. Press your hands away from your face. So feeling that stretch through the back side of the shoulders, really breathe into it. And then release what you have, just switch arms. So bending the elbows, left arm comes under the right. Cross your hands any amount. Shoulders roll down the back. Lift the elbows, push the hands away from your face. Nice full, steady breath. And then release that. Shake out your arms. And you're just going to take your legs out in front of you and give them a little good shake. Bend your knees. Take the hands behind you for some support. Take your right foot over the left knee. So flex your foot like you're in a figure 4, and you can stay right here. If this is a deep enough stretch, just stay. To go deeper, left foot walks over to the right side, and then you can begin to shift forward. So we're working into our double pigeon, right? Ideally, the knee is over the ankle, ankle is over the knee. And that doesn't mean they have to touch. There can be some space in between the knee and ankle, but you want to make sure that if you're looking from a bird's eye view, you're seeing one shin, not two. All right, so try to keep the spine nice and long, and if you have the flexibility in you, you can continue to walk your hands forward. Maybe even your forehead comes down to the mat. And make sure that you're not straining anything. So if that just, the sound of that sounds really crazy, just stay where you are, breathe into whatever is coming up. And if you want to make this just a little bit more interesting, you might walk your hands over to the side, walk them out in front of you, and then come to the other side. Just see how that feels. And it's not for everybody. And then we'll slowly come all the way back up. Hands behind you, uncross your legs, extend them long, give them a little shake, bend your knees. Left foot comes over the right knee. You can stay or come into that double pigeon. Right foot comes underneath the left knee. Flex your feet, stay here. Nice long spine, and then if and when you're ready, you can begin to fold into it. Maybe walking your hands off to the side, exploring that. And slowly start to lift back up. You can extend your legs nice and long, give them a little shake. One last seated stretch into our bound angle pose. So feet together, knees apart. And you can scoot your heels nice and close to your hips. Thumbs come at the balls of the feet to open them. Reach your heart forward. Try to get a nice long spine. And then from that place, begin to fold. Slowly begin to lift. And just take the hands behind you, feet come down. Windshield wiper your knees, left and right. Just kind of get rid of any kind of tension that's built up there. And we're going to end our class today just in a comfortable seat, finding just a minute or two of meditation. If you want to lay down for this, that's great. But either way, find a comfortable place to rest. Close your eyes. You can flip your palms facing up. Maybe even bring your index finger and thumb to touch. And then focus your attention inward. Begin to focus on the breath. Nice steady inhales, steady exhales. Start to relax across your jaw. Release any tension in the facial features. Notice if you're holding tension in any spots in your body. Invite some breath into those areas. Maybe even connecting with your ujjayi breath, that ocean-sounding breath, constricting the back of the throat, breathing in and out of the nose. Just breathe. Begin to bring your awareness back into your body. If you're laying down, you can begin to make your way up into a comfortable seat. Take a nice deep breath in. Big exhale, let it go. And then begin to blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you again very soon on the mat. Namaste.